Hello everybody, my name's Kimberly. I'm at Ruby Gap in the Northern Territory. I've been traveling for quite a few weeks now, and I didn't really think I was going to shoot anything because I didn't bring my cameras and I didn't bring my drone. I've just got the phone, but what the heck, let's give you a taste of where I'm going to. Why don't you join me on the back roads? Well, hello everybody. It's been a while since I reported in. I'm out here in the Simpson Desert, and this is Lake Caroline. And just like most things called lake in the desert regions of Australia, there is of course no water. And I'm leading a tour called the Hay River Tour, 10 days up through the northern part of the Simpson Desert to exciting places like this, Lake Caroline, and then onwards into the East McDonald's. Then shortly after that we start another tour. We go across the Simpson Desert, start in Alice Springs, run down the Arltunga railway line all the way down to Mount Dare, and then across the Simpson Desert. 9-day trip. So that's what I'm up to at the moment, and I'll be back in town in a little bit under 3 weeks. But how is the serenity? Just doing a little rock hopping here while trying to talk to a camera. It's a little bit difficult, but what a beautifully spectacular place is Ruby Gap. Of course, it's in Arltunga country in the Alice Springs region. We've been traveling for some time now. We started off at, I started off in the Hunter Valley, traveled through outback New South Wales and then outback Queensland into Wanganguru country at Birdsville. And from there we went out to Pepple Corner. Yes, it's Pepple, not Popple or Popple, it's Pepple. Just like Pebble, but with P's. Pepple was Prussian, and that's how he pronounced his name. So we went out to Pepple Corner, and then we went north from there up what's called the Hay River Track. Next year, I plan to make that an episode of the BackRoads. So make sure you join me next year. Make sure you subscribe and like this channel. Hit the bell notification and you'll know when we end up back on that track again. From here we're heading to Arltunga, our gold mining region. Not far from here, about roughly 40 kilometers. And then down to Ross River Resort, where we finish up this particular trip. I'm running a tour at the moment, and then we'll go on to Alice Springs, and I'll spend a few days there and then pick up another crew, and we'll go across the Simpson Desert after running down the Old South Road and the Ghan Railway Line. So why don't you join me on those back roads and enjoy the scenery of the Simpson Desert. Right now you can see this river has still got some water in it. These areas with the reeds were really well known to Aboriginal people. They would put cans on top of the rock, you probably see one up there somewhere, to mark it where the water was. You can see it from a long way away. Of course, the local people all knew where it was, but visitors would come in as well from different areas. And of course you had deep connections to all kinds of people, Luritja people and others. And of course, there are some really great stories from people, some of them in books. So I'm presently reading one called Nomad Girl by Myra Archie. I can't think of her traditional name, but go look that one up because it talks about this country quite a bit. And even further down towards Oodnadatta. Anyway, these water holes are beautiful water that, Aboriginal people used to utilise. Not for swimming, of course, for drinking. Although they did have swimming holes, most of the water holes were for drinking. And it's rather a spectacular place, as you can see. Anyway, I'm going to do a little bit more exploring, and hopefully you'll get to see quite a bit of where we end up. This beautiful tree here, you can see, is a multi-stems that's growing up from a tree that would have fallen over due to the floodwater. The species is Eucalyptus camaldulensis, or the river red gum. Beautiful trees. They're all along this watercourse everywhere. And of course, up further, where it doesn't get as wet, you've got bloodwoods and acacias and so forth. But the river red gums are some of my favourites. I love the smell of the leaves burning in a campfire. All around me here, you can hear the chirping of the budgerigars. There's big flocks of budgerigars flying around. I can't get very close to them. Without a big zoom lens, I can't get a great shot of them, but you can hear them all. And of course, native budgerigars only come in green and gold. They don't come in the fancy colours that you can buy them in the store. And they'll be running around eating lots of seeds. Behind me also you can see all the acacias or wattles in flower. Beautiful. All the way along our trip here we've seen plenty of bush banana vines, but we haven't yet seen any fruit, which is unusual. I usually see them most years, but not this year. Perhaps the rain fell at the wrong time of year or something, or different time of year. It has been unusual year for weather. Maybe we'll see some bush bananas down the track somewhere. So they're a little green fruit, shape of a banana but green, white pith inside and green flattish seeds about the size and taste of a pea. So that flower there belongs to this bush here. And this bush's common name often is things like desert fuchsia, etc. You can see by the colour why that's so. It's actually an Eremophila. I don't know which particular Eremophila, but that's what it is. Well, I'm now feeling a little emotional. I've just finished reading this book. A little bit teary. I think about the thousands of generations of people who walked through this land like Myra did, and her father did, and who are now all gone. And this place will never be the same without them. It's incredibly moving to understand the connection that people had with these fabulous places where we just come and visit. We've had a bit of rain overnight, not too much, a couple of mils, that's about all. But we're all almost packed up now and we're ready to move on. And I think it's going to be cloudy for the next few days, and there's a cold front behind this weather system, so we'll have some cold days ahead of us in the desert. When you put a camera in front of your face, it's hard to see the track, I notice. Tyres on the high spots, Meg. I'm now in Alice Springs. I've been here a couple of days, sorting out a couple of issues with the car. Right now I'm just filling up with water, but I had a few issues with my new 200 amp hour lithium battery. And turns out they don't come charged from the shop. It had 13.2 volts and I thought, well, it's a 12.8 volt battery, but it's not really. That's what's stamped on it. It's actually 14.5 is the float value. So anyway, I charged it up on a lithium charger for a day and a half, and it went into right through the float mode. It went bulk charge, absorption mode, into float, into storage. So I know it's fully charged now, and it's showing 14.1 volts. And I've also got 2 solar panels on it now. At night time I'll put the other charger back on. But looks like it's finally all sorted. So I've ramped the fridge up again to try and get it down to freezing, the freezer. The fridge is doing fine. I'm about to restock with food, so all good. Just making sure I get enough water and so on. Tomorrow morning early we'll be out of here, heading for the Simpson Desert. So make sure you come along for the ride, and make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can find more episodes like this.